Frequently asked questions about debt collection in Sydney. Navigating the debt collection process in Sydney can be complex and challenging for creditors. To help you better understand and manage this process, we've compiled a list of frequently asked questions with concise, informative answers. What is debt collection in Sydney? Debt collection in Sydney refers to the process of recovering outstanding payments owed to a creditor. When a debtor fails to make timely payments or avoids payment altogether, creditors can use various methods to recover the debt. This may involve direct communication, sending letters of demand, or engaging a debt collection agency. The goal is to ensure creditors receive the money owed to them while adhering to legal and ethical standards. How can I start the debt collection process in Sydney? The first step in the debt collection process is to communicate with the debtor. Politely remind them of their payment obligations and provide clear information about the debt, including the amount owed and any additional charges. If initial communication fails, you can escalate the process by sending a formal letter of demand. For persistent non-payment, consider engaging a debt collection agency or seeking legal assistance. What should I include in a letter of demand? A letter of demand should clearly state the amount owed, the due date, and any additional fees or interest. It should also outline the consequences of non-payment, such as legal action. Include a deadline for payment, usually within 14 to 21 days, and provide instructions on how the debtor can settle the debt. Ensure the tone is firm but professional, respecting the debtor's rights. What are the key locations for debt recovery in Sydney? Key locations for debt recovery in Sydney include the New South Wales Civil and Administrative Tribunal, NCAT, Sydney Local Court, and Sydney District Court. NCAT handles claims up to $40,000, while the local court manages claims between $40,000 and $100,000. The District Court has jurisdiction over matters between $100,000 and $1,250,000. Each of these venues provides a structured environment for resolving debt disputes. What laws govern debt collection in Sydney? Debt collection in Sydney is governed by guidelines set by the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission, ACCC, and the Privacy Act 1988, 100th. These laws prohibit harassment, coercion, misleading conduct, and other unconscionable behavior. They also outline acceptable contact times and methods, ensuring debtors' rights are protected. Compliance with these regulations is crucial to avoid legal repercussions. Can I hire a debt collection agency in Sydney? Yes, hiring a debt collection agency is a common practice for recovering unpaid debts. These agencies specialize in debt recovery and use various techniques to collect outstanding amounts on your behalf. They can handle communications, send letters of demand, and take legal action if necessary. Engaging a professional agency can save time and improve the chances of successful debt recovery. What are the contact rules for debt collection in Sydney? Debt collectors can only contact debtors between 7:30 a.m. and 9 p.m. on weekdays, and 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. on weekends. They are limited to 3 contacts per week or 10 contacts per month. Harassment, abusive language, and deceptive practices are strictly prohibited. These rules ensure that debt collection practices are fair and respectful of the debtor's privacy and rights. What should I do if a debtor is experiencing financial hardship? If a debtor is experiencing financial hardship, consider negotiating a payment plan or settlement. This can involve restructuring the debt into smaller, manageable payments over time or offering a reduced lump sum settlement. Negotiating can be beneficial for both parties, as it increases the likelihood of debt repayment while providing relief to the debtor. When should I consider legal action for debt recovery? Legal action should be considered as a last resort when all other debt recovery methods have failed. This can involve filing a lawsuit or obtaining a court judgment against the debtor. Legal action can lead to enforced collection methods such as wage garnishment. However, it is important to weigh the costs and benefits before proceeding with this step. How can I ensure my debt collection practices are ethical and legal? To ensure ethical and legal debt collection practices, adhere to the guidelines set by the ACCC and the Privacy Act. Maintain clear and respectful communication with debtors, avoid any form of harassment or coercion, and respect contact rules. Document all interactions and ensure transparency in your debt recovery process. Staying informed about legal obligations and industry standards is crucial for maintaining compliance.